I think the art of magic is absolutely because nobody knows how to actually learn it. What's funny is that my suspicions were confirmed when I read Magic as Medium by Sean D'Souza Coelho. This video is not a book review, no. Because this video is actually a declaration of war. Our story begins in 2016. I was about to put something on stage that would end up becoming the bane of my existence. The crowd thought it was funny, and even the trick was impossible. I mean, what's not to like? I'll tell you what's not to like. I ended up doing 2.5 minutes of jokes.
Hey, you need a real job.
Then 2.5 minutes of setup. It took me almost about 6 minutes to get to the most interesting part about the trick.
I want you to pick a card.
And right when the audience forgot that there was a magic trick, guess what? Ta-da! Believe it or not, most magic performances are structured exactly like this. There's jokes.
Kwewe.
Setup.
Alison, I'm gonna deal these cards before you.
And then the trick.
Of spades.
Looking back, I don't think the audience was thinking, will he get the card right? What I think they were thinking was, what in the is this guy doing? Unfortunately, because this aspect of magic is like, think under-discussed, but like take it a couple notches down. It's like there. Either you have to be a magician to appreciate a magic trick.
I know nothing, as usual.
Or you're just like a test bunny.
These signed your cards?
Then you can only do the trick 52 times.
Someone who's there to witness the trick happen. I'm sorry, that came from an emotional place. What I was trying to say is, D'Souza Coelho puts it best when he says, I watched a man stand on stage and give me a whole hell of a lot to look at, but nothing to keep. So why? Now this might shock you, but the inventors of film never thought it would go anywhere. They would film these static shots and show it to people in circus tents and cafes like an oddity. This is like one of the many similarities magic has with film. But people around the world began challenging this norm. In America, Edwin S. Porter started editing shots together. Méliès in France was experimenting with special effects. Ziga Vertov, Eisenstein, Podovkin, these dudes were challenging the challengers by blending these two techniques together. The point that I'm trying to make is that when we're part of any community, be it artistic, religious, or just like existing, we're actively participating in behavior that we've just adopted. Performance theory calls this restored behavior. But in the history of art, challenging restored behavior has often been the catalyst to why that form improved. In magic, we don't have the opportunity to question the status quo for two reasons. Because one, we're crazy secretive. Number two, much of what we do is internally regulated. I know it's not the book we're talking about, but Jim Steinmeier puts it best in his book, The Secret History of Magic. He says, magicians had to make a living. Their priority was neither philosophy nor art. It was the bottom line. This priority formed the backbone of our community, the backbone that I call
the magic economy.
If you're new here, just know that I have complicated feelings about
the magic economy.
Now, I've already made another video about how I think
the magic economy
over beginner magicians. But let me show you how truly broken this is. I got early feedback on how to improve this trick, not from a magician, but from a comedian and now one of my best friends, this guy.
Annanya.
According to him, I should have just started with the song.
Oh my god, yes!
But the problem is, that would fundamentally change the trick. I was palming the card off during the setup, and I was loading it into the back of my ukulele before I started the song. Everything I needed to be able to do the trick, I won't. Now what? There was nothing on the market that solved my specific problem. This is the leading magic retailer. Signed card to the back of uke, no results. No resources, tools to help me figure it out. How to create a magic trick. I, a beginner, had a giant question. Learn how tricks work. And the economy that exists to make sure that I am successful. How to truly engage an audience. Had no way to answer it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to use any of this. is. So back in 2016, because magic hadn't given me a way to succeed, I just thought it would be easier to quit. So guess what? I quit. That's why I was so proud of the NEAT review for publishing this book. It answered one of the most important questions to have ever been asked in the history of magic. Why don't magicians succeed in the art world? And D'Souza Coelho's answer to this was so simple. Magic has failed to transcend its technique. The next part of our story begins in Queens, New York, 2021. Somehow I managed to wiggle my way into an invite to this picnic held by the Society of American Magicians, the entirety of the New York chapter. I was like, you know what? This picnic is taking place in the front yard of an Episcopalian church. Yeah, I'm gonna do Look at Me, I'm Jesus. After years of not working on this trick, I was like, let's do Look at Me, I'm Jesus, and boy, oh boy, did that go wrong. Oh my god. I can't even explain to you how badly I f***ed the whole thing up. People didn't know what they were watching. There was no trick there. I straight up flashed a palm. I did the most rookie mistake in front of like the entirety of the New York chapter of the Society of American Magicians. You can't f*** up more than this. What was funny is that f*** up was important, because that up made me realize something that the lack of tools and resources never could. I realized that the problem that I had in 2016 had a solution hiding under my nose the entire time. My solution was in the lyrics.
I want you to pick a card.
I now completely pivoted and started with the song.
Look at me, I'm...
Remember the f*** up at the picnic? Yeah, now that was a part of the trick.
Wait. Was that your car? No.
Gave me a reason to touch the deck, thus creating the opportunity that I needed to do the trick.
Look at me, It's not the same.
Suddenly, I was doing a completely different magic trick. What used to be an unfocused trick
Called NyQuil.
was now becoming something that had a beginning, a middle,
How's that? Did it work?
and an end. At this point in our story, I had successfully managed to do what Coelho described. My technique is always in service of something else. But, of course, not everything went according to plan. I mean, you remember restored behavior? Restored behavior completely ruined everything, because before I knew it, I wanted to fool Penn and Teller.
Comedy magic of Penn and Teller.
I decided to recruit someone who's fooled Penn and Teller before.
You fooled us.
I would really hope that I'm able to fool Penn and Teller, and that's where I'll need your help, right? Dude, the ideas we came up with, if performed, would completely change magic forever. What if instead of teleporting a card, we just forged a duplicate? All of the magicians watching this are like, yeah, Annanya George, that's nothing new. But wait, you didn't let me finish. We found a way to make it consistent and use it as a subtlety. Oh wait, non-magicians watch this. Okay, watch. There's a very thin line between misdirection and subtlety. So when I was calling your attention to this hand here, that's misdirection because I want you to look here. But the fact that I started here, now that's a subtlety because I don't want you to look here because the coin. Now, if I were to define it, because nobody has, the best I can come up with is it's a passive illusion that makes you think X is true when X is not. Now think about this. We used a signature, a unique signifier by you as a subtlety. Even the magicians are going, wait, what? Yeah, Sanjeev's a genius. But bless his heart, there's a reason why this is not widely known information yet. I was excited, dudes. I was like, this is gonna be awesome. Audiences will love this. But when I performed it, let's just say I had to change up my lyrics and performance drastically.
What did you write on the card?
12. Brilliant. So in cards, that would be the queen. It's so funny how you can make one small change, and now all of a sudden, you're back to square one.
And do you have the box on you?
Again, D'Souza Coelho described my issue with another brilliant tidbit. What is deceptive seems... okay, I gotta come clean. This book has been a tough read, but here's what he means in English. To you, it doesn't matter if I like do a back palm or just straight up drop it as I bring it. If I was telling you I'm gonna vanish this card and then make it disappear, you care about I'm gonna vanish this card and then it disappears. Similarly, when I told you that this book broke me, this is why. It's now 2024 and I've been working on this trick for, I don't know, 8 years. So the trick has a frame and the technique exists to communicate it, so why does it still feel janky? I start by introducing the character by just walking in with a trick I bought from a magic store. But don't worry, I have a great presentation for it. But what's this? The trick goes wrong? Oh, I get it. He's not following the instructions right. Now it works! Yay! What does D'Souza Coelho say about this? Nothing. He says he has a solution, but chapter 4 is nothing but speculation and rhetoric. And one of those things I hate vehemently. I reached out to the only magician I knew who'd be able to help me with this.
World champion sleight of hand magician, Joshua J.
And he gave me some great feedback. Your problem is cohesion. You have 2 good ideas slammed into one. So pithy. Love it. When it comes to understanding theory, I think D'Souza Coelho gets it. But it still doesn't give me the tools 2016 Annanya George could have used. That's why I spray painted the cover of this book with the word 2nd edition, because what I'm about to tell you is new to Coelho, new to the publishers, and sure as shit, new to you. I present to you the big idea. Have you ever watched a piece of art that you like and gone, oh my god, how did they even come up with that? This is how. Now, the whole purpose of this concept is to create boundaries for your own creativity. Wait, hold on. Boundaries for creativity? Yeah, I'm sorry, dude, but creativity needs rules. Now, it doesn't really matter how you get to your idea. What matters is that you're able to put it into one of these 3 boxes. Number 1, can the idea be stated? What if I create a magic trick that makes fun of card magic tropes? Number 2, can the idea be articulated? Okay, and what if I do it by being overconfident? And number 3, oh, it's upside down. Can the idea be described? Okay, so I do a card trick.
I want you to pick a card. Ooh.
Yeah, call myself Jesus.
Look at me, I'm now Jesus.
Get the card wrong.
How's that? Did that work?
Oh, and once I learn my lesson, the trick works.
Slowly. Can you open it up and show the rest of the audience, please?
If I read your book in 2016, I wouldn't have quit. And if I had my tools in 2016, guess what? I wouldn't have wasted the last 8 years of my life. So if you're watching this, the Neat Review or Sean D'Souza Coelho, your book is so close to being one of the greatest art theory books out there in existence. I'll even say that it has the potential to be history defining. But you're like 1 edition away, my dudes. 1 edition that I can help you write. So please get in touch. Thank you.
Look at me, I'm now Jesus. Praise me for I'm now Jesus. I can heal the sick. But so far I only know 1 card trick.